With government spending running 141 billion pesos below target last quarter, infrastructure is no longer the growth engine it used to be. The slowdown, fueled by corruption investigations, a weak peso, and falling investor confidence, is now testing the government's ability to keep the economy on track. Joining us now is Dr. John Paolo Rivera, Senior Research Fellow at the Philippine Institute for Development Studies. JP, thanks for being here with us.
Yes, good morning, Mike, and good morning to all the viewers.
Okay, JP, I want to jump off this Bloomberg article. They cited the Philippines as the worst performing stock market. We're down 20% over the last decade. Just to put things into context, out of a gauge of Asia-Pacific stocks, that's up 72%. And in contrast, again, Jakarta's composite up 82%, again, against our negative 20%. I want to get your opinion on this, JP. Foreign investors don't seem to be paying attention to us anymore. How marginal have we become?
Well, the changes in the stock market right now, knowing how the Philippine stock market behaves, being speculative and highly explained by policy certainties, the recent scandals, the recent issues, despite strong macroeconomic fundamentals, are actually driving away foreign investors, lessening their appetite towards the Philippines until we have a better and a more stable policy relative to our neighboring economies.
Yeah, it's all about, strong macroeconomic fundamentals aren't going to cut it. We need strong policy. JP, GDP print, our print for Q3 is going to come out this Thursday. How much of a slowdown can we expect given the 141 billion peso spending shortfall in that same quarter? Do you think growth is going to slip below 5% for the period?
Well, the government underspending amounting to 141 billion, with that we can certainly expect a slowdown in growth for the third quarter, possibly within 5%. That's a big gap because public spending, based on statistics, is one of the main drivers of the Philippine economy. The private sector, you've mentioned that earlier, through consumption, tourism, remittances, while they can help, but it cannot fully make up for that underspending in government spending by that amount. But if the growth dips, really dips, it actually signals that the government would need to improve spending and project execution to bring that confidence back to the Philippine economy.
Yeah, it's all about bringing that confidence back. The government spending, that accounts for about 20% of GDP that cannot be replaced by consumer and private spending alone. JP, given everything that we've seen thus far, do you think Malacanang has a handle on the pervasive corruption and on our economic situation?
Well, in terms of handling the economy, there's always a dual role by the fiscal sector and the monetary sector. Our monetary sector is doing its best to manage economy, ensure price stability, and the fiscal sector's role is now to boost spending on productive activities, get a hold of penalizing these corrupt officials who have done damages to the economy, finally resolve the issues of corruption so that we can boost again, return that investor confidence that has been eroded for the past 5 months that this drama has been unfolding.
Yeah. JP, officials at the DOF, they say that this pause in spending is part of the cleanup, short-term pain for long-term gain. But how long can this kind of fiscal restraint, these cuts in government spending, continue before it starts to really, we've already started to see it before it really starts to negatively, in a big way, impact GDP?
Well, I always mention this, that the Philippine economy or any economy will not wait for the economic agents, politicians, economic leaders, policymakers to get their act together. The sooner we solve these corruption issues, the sooner will investor confidence go back. So we need not waste time. No? We have to act proactively, so that the issues can be solved and finally we can get back on track with the trajectory of our economy towards Ambition 2040 and the upper middle income class or country status.
Yeah, we've got bold ambitions to reach that upper middle income class. But until we get a handle, how would you describe Malacanang's, where they are right now in terms of addressing the pervasive corruption in the country? Where does Malacanang stand on that grade?
Well, they are now on a very tight and very challenging balancing act of looking after the economy and also running after those who needs to be penalized for the corruption. It's a tough call. It is a tough call, and the issues would have to be solved. The economy will follow soon. As I have been mentioning, no, political risks generate economic risk. And until Malacanang arrest the political risk due to the corruption, then economic risk would always be there.
Yeah, all right. Gotta get a handle on that political risk situation. JP, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you.